breaking news, and Geraint joins me on set. The Premier League have just announced the date for Manchester United's postponed Premier League fixture with Liverpool. The game, of course, not played on Sunday because of those protests outside and inside Old Trafford by Manchester United fans protesting against the Glazers. Geraint, we got there. What's the news tonight?
You want the date? Thursday,
yeah.
May 13th. So a week tomorrow. Thursday, 13th of May. It's at 8:15 p.m. kickoff. The rearranged fixture now. Manchester United against Liverpool at Old Trafford, as you say, for all the reasons there, which we know why the game is postponed. So there's no need for me to go over that. Let me just explain the consequences, I think, in terms of sort of the fixture pile-up now as we head towards the season.
It's bound to be.
Because one thing, the dates were few and far between where they could put this game in, because the season has to end on May the 23rd. Has to. The final matches are on that day. So Manchester United effectively have 4 games in 10 days. But you can break that down even more, Jim. You could say it's 3 games in 8 days, 3 games in 5 days, or they're playing twice in 5 days. There's no other way to say that it's a very, very congested run-in for Manchester United. Let's look at what they've got.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, you can see Roma now away tomorrow night. Then you get to the Premier League. They've got Aston Villa. Then that game against Leicester, that has been rearranged. That's been put back a day. Put forward a day, I beg your pardon. It should have been on May the 12th. It's now on May the 11th. Because they've then just got 48 hours, pretty much, just until that Liverpool game comes. Then the Fulham game there on the 18th. That should have been played on the 19th, but has been moved to the 18th. I'll tell you a little bit more about the significance of the 18th and 19th May fixtures in a moment there. And then the final game, as you say, all Premier League matches conclude on May the 23rd, 4 p.m. kickoffs. They've got Wolves there. So whatever way you look at it, that is a very, very congested run-in, because they had to somehow shoehorn in that Manchester United-Liverpool match, and they've done so now. Thursday, May the 13th, so that's a week tomorrow that game comes in.
It's incredible. I'm looking at it. I can hardly believe it. They're about to embark in that. But they have to, as you rightly say, because the season's got to come to a logical end.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to do that. Just bring you on how it's got to come to a logical end, just moving that on a bit as well, because there are reasons why those matches and the significance for what we call in rounds 37 and 38. I think probably we'll call it final day and the penultimate round of matches. Yeah. As I mentioned there, United's game against Fulham has been moved from the 19th to the 18th. That's because we now know the penultimate round of matches on Tuesday the 18th and Wednesday the 19th. The reason why that's important, I'm going to say another date to you, May the 17th. Why is that important? Not necessarily in footballing terms, but that is the date at which the UK, the England and the devolved nations are due to come out into step 3 of the easing of restrictions. Certainly within England, the devolved governments of Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland, of course, have their own way of doing things, but they have been pretty unified on this step change. So step 3 is what England will go into on the 17th of May. They've got to make a decision a week before that on May the 10th. And that decision will be that they will allow outdoor events, capacities up to 10,000. So the Premier League have also confirmed now that if, subject to that government ratification, is now on those last 2 rounds of matches, Premier League clubs will be allowed home fans. Up to 10,000, home fans only. And the reason why you've got these matches now on the 18th and then the 19th and then the final round on the 23rd of May is because it gives every team a chance to have a home match, welcome back home fans, because the decision being made not to allow away fans. Yeah. It's too difficult, really, too complicated. We're going, as you say, incrementally, step by step here now. So it allows those last 2 matches, 2 rounds of the Premier League, to allow for every team to have fans back in their stadium at home fans back in. It'll all be confirmed May the 10th to come into action on May the 17th, but we are hoping up to 10,000 fans will be allowed at outdoor events, i.e. at football grounds there. So although for Manchester United, obviously, with what happened at the weekend now, they've got an incredibly congested, tough run-in with shoehorning that extra game against Liverpool on the 13th. Maybe from that now weekend, the 17th, if the easing of lockdown can continue as the government hope, and we're led to believe can happen with a decision next Monday on that, fans back in the stadiums for Premier League matches for the last 2 rounds of games, Jim.